That's right, and it's another big sporting weekend in South Africa, and Garen Lamley from Sport24 is with us in studio. And I first have to say congratulations. Your entire team from Sport24, Tank Lanning, that's also with us on the show, David Brook and yourself took part in an intermedia quiz, and you guys won.
We did.
It was a sport media quiz.
It was fantastic. On Wednesday night out in Stellenbosch, we beat the best from Joburg, Bloemfontein, P and Durban. It was fantastic. I have to mention Rob Howing was the fourth member of our team. He's our chief writer.
He actually had a hernia and he came straight out of hospital
to do bed. He turned up. He was fantastic.
So the reason why I'm saying this is because it shows that you guys are legit and you know your sport, and that's why you are here.
We like to think so, yes.
Now, this weekend the Boks aren't playing. It's a bye for them in the Tri-Nations, but the Wallabies and the Kiwis are on against each other.
That's correct, indeed. You know, the good news is the Boks can't lose this weekend. They're back in they're back in South Africa after their controversial and somewhat disastrous tour of Australia and New Zealand. This weekend, as you say, New Zealand hosting the Wallabies at Eden Park, which is actually the final venue of the Rugby World Cup, which is now only 5 weeks away from starting. Could be a precursor to the final there. The Wallabies and the All Blacks, they play for the Bledisloe Cup. New Zealand actually hold that trophy at the moment. If they win, they retain it. The Wallabies, in order for them to win it, will have to win tomorrow, plus the return leg back in Australia. New Zealand have made 7 changes from the team that beat South Africa last weekend. They're actually possibly their strongest lineup now as they build towards the World Cup. The Wallabies, they're unchanged from the team that beat the Boks a fortnight ago. It should be a good game. The Wallabies, very exciting team to watch. They've got an incredible backline with some great talent. Quade Cooper, Will Genia, a very talented halfback pairing. The bookies have the All Blacks as favourites. I tend to agree. I think they will win. And as they build towards the World Cup, obviously at home, hoping to win as they did back in 1987.
Now, a lot of the Boks have also been called back to play in the Currie Cup this weekend, so that's going to make for some exciting viewing.
Very interesting move by Sorry. They've released 23 of the Bok players just for this weekend only. More interesting, actually, perhaps, a lot of the coaches actually have decided not to pick these players. It sort of messes with the balance of the team that has been growing for the first 3 weeks of the tournament. 2 big games this weekend. Province up in Bloemfontein playing the Free State Cheetahs. The Cheetahs have called back Heinrich Bissau, Ashley Johnson starting on the flank. The Western Province actually they didn't have any Boks released to them, so they're unchanged from the team that beat the Bulls last weekend at Newlands. The other big game, the Lions against the Bulls. The Lions have only got one of their Bok players back, Elton Jantjies. He starts at fly-off. But the Bulls, interestingly enough, they've called back 7 of their Bok players. They've got an all-new front row, Bjorn Basson starting on the wing. They're looking to get their faltering campaign back on track. They actually haven't had a great start. They're down, I think, second from bottom at the moment. I expect them to have enough to win it at Loftus. The other 2 games, Leopards against the Pumas and Griquas up against the Sharks.
And then it's schoolboy rugby this weekend, a big Cape Town derby.
Massive, massive. Possibly the biggest derby actually in South Africa, even though I know the Affies and
I'm from Pretoria, so
Pretoria
I always know the Affies boys high one is pretty big.
Correct. But they're expecting anything between 20 and 25,000 people in Paarl tomorrow. Match kicks off at 4 o'clock. If you've got nothing better to do, head down to Paarl. It should be a fantastic day out.
We've got the guys coming in studio a bit later, so don't give too much away.
Okay,
I'll ask them all the questions.
Ask them that, yes.
And sticking with rugby, our women's rugby team.
They're in action in a 4 Nations tournament in Canada at the moment. Unfortunately, they lost to the host Canada 52-17 earlier in the week. They play England tonight, another tough game. England were actually losing finals in the Rugby World Cup that took place earlier in the year against New Zealand. They're one of the top sides. The 4th team is the USA, another top side. South Africa, a little bit out of their depth. I don't expect them to win too many matches, but it's a massive learning curve for them. Good luck to them.
Well, Garen, thank you so much for joining us. I must say, I'm a big supporter of our South African rugby, female rugby team, so good luck to them playing in their games tonight. If you get a chance to watch the game, support our girls. Now it's time to see what it takes to be part of the Golden Lions rugby team, what you need for training, what you need for recovering, and Ewan's got all the answers with the team.